Ever wonder why some sequels just don't quite hit the mark? Sometimes it's not a complete failure, but a few missteps that drag down the whole experience. Which isn't The Godfather Part III, isn't a terrible film, but it's often overshadowed by the brilliance of its predecessors. Uh, it's a decent gangster movie, but doesn't live up to the legacy. And this is really, let's dive into the moments that fans love to criticize. The film attempts like a compelling story centered around the Vatican, um, giving more focus to characters like Kay, Connie, and Alneri. Andy Garcia's Vincent is a strong addition, and while Sofia Coppola's performance as Mary drew criticism, it's important to remember the last-minute casting change. Um, the ending has a poignant feel. The Sicilian locations are vibrant, and the dialogue remains memorable. But despite these strengths, two scenes consistently draw flack. These aren't just minor flaws. They actively detract from the overall experience and leave many questioning the film's place in the saga. No Godfather movie is complete without a violent showdown. The original had Sonny at the toll booth. Part two had the assault on Michael's home. And part three includes an attack during a mafia summit. Uh, the idea of a villain eliminating rivals is logical, a natural escalation of the power dynamics across the trilogy. The problem, the attack is carried out by a helicopter hovering outside the window. It's a jarring departure from the franchise's typically calculated approach. It feels like the film momentarily forgets its identity and tries to be something it's not. The plausibility is dubious. Don Altabello is powerful, but hiring a helicopter, executing the massacre, and disposing of the aircraft without a trace seems incredibly unlikely. Who was the pilot? A trusted capo suddenly skilled in aviation, or an outsider entrusted with a critical mission. Neither scenario makes sense. Huh? The Godfather always favored quiet, efficient executions, luring victims to secluded locations, waiting for the cover of night. This helicopter scene is over the top, betraying the franchise's core principles. It's a moment where the Godfather tries to be Die Hard or Scarface, and it simply doesn't fit. The other scene that haunts The Godfather Part III is equally awkward. It's quiet, intimate, and completely out of place. Um, and it's the cooking lesson between Vincent and Mary. And and plenty has been said about Sofia Coppola's performance, but the scene is a collective failure. It's uncompetent. Rolling gnocchi is not inherently sensual, and it requires incredible chemistry between the actors to pull it off. Andy Garcia and Sofia Coppola share none of that, resulting in what feels like the most uncomfortable first date in cinematic history. And let's not forget, they are cousins. The cringe factor escalates as these family members passionately maul each other's faces over the poor, unsuspecting gnocchi. It's a bizarre and unsettling sequence that feels completely disconnected from the rest of the film. The Godfather Part III isn't a terrible movie, but these two scenes leave a lasting negative impression. They overshadow the film's brighter moments and contribute to its often overlooked status. It's a reminder that even the greatest sagas can stumble. Speaking of awkward scenes, did you hear about the chef who tried to make pasta in space? It was a real stellar disaster. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.